All right. Ooh, God, that. Oh, God, I hope this is working. You guys there? You guys there? I think I am back. Can you hear me now? Hear me? I have my volume turned off on the computer. Nothing's weird. It's showing. Can you? I'm here. Come back, and I'm actually glad that it kept it right here. But thank you guys for watching. That's stupid. All I did was turn it on and off. So if the volume goes away again, let me know. About some wedding trends. I get a lot of cool articles that happen via the social medias, if you will. And while my computer's doing slow things, I want to talk about this really cool article I saw on fashionbeans.com. If you guys are into weddings like I am, because I work a lot of them, then you have to know that not only are we photographers, but we end up being looking up, guys. Refresh the channel, or just refresh the stream. Everything should be refresh the stream, because mine's golden here, so there's nothing bad on mine. We know everything about weddings, right? We have to know about any trends, and there's a lot of trends that I think are weird. For instance, the whole groomsmen, bridesmaids thing is always. A wedding should be about a bride and a groom, but all of a sudden there's like a bunch of homies here hanging out with you on both sides. So that traditionally bridesmaids wore the same dress as the bride. And it's because back in the day it was thought that evil spirits or something was to come and steal the bride before she got married. I'm not sure on the whole lore of it, but basically the bridesmaid's job was to distract and be murdered in lieu of the bride. That's the whole point of bridesmaids, which is awesome. No, that doesn't happen anymore. Nobody tries to steal stuff. Refresh the stream, guys. It'll come back, I promise. Just refresh it. Refresh it. Yeah, I have right here right now. Oh, hey, that's me, really close up. Let me just check on one thing here, and then we're gonna start talking. I can't. Yeah. Cool. All right. Ooh, that's really close. Okay. So this article, and I'll link the whole thing, is trends that need to be retired. So what we're gonna do, it's not on my end, Joseph. Video recorded, cut out every few seconds. Using the Mevo. All right, can you guys hear me there? I'm using my iPhone sound itself. And it's going to give me feedback, and I don't want that at all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Oh God, it's going to give me feedback. All right, I have to get this close to me then, I guess. Yeah, we definitely need to take sign language. I don't know what's going on. This plugs directly into my phone and it goes to my mic, and that's it. All right, way better. I mean, it's gonna be crappy sound, but at least you guys can hear me, and I'm gonna have to contact these people and be like, "What the frick did you guys do to my life?" So today, guys, now that we're like a billion minutes into this, we're talking about wedding trends. Oh. Sorry, I zoomed in. All right, so we're talking about wedding trends. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. I just have to keep this really close to me. This is from fashionbeans.com. 16 overrated trends that need to be retired. Nothing really to do about photography unless there's a photography thing in there. So let's get into it. The first thing is the cash bar. So I want to hear if you guys agree with me or not. Since a lot of you have been to weddings, then you have been to weddings and you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, actually the volume's coming from the Mevo. So I don't have to move this thing at all. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. So, cash bar. Cash bar. What do you guys think about that? Whenever you get invited to a wedding, are you expected to pay for your own drinks? Should you pay for part of your drinks? should you only pay for like anything higher up? My thoughts are kind of like this. I have two ways of thinking about it. I don't necessarily want people to do a bunch of shots. Let's say it was my wedding or my event. I don't want people to sit there and do shots all night because I don't want them to get super drunk. I think it's cool to provide the beer, wine, just the little stuff that'll keep them going throughout the night. I don't like the idea of setting a limit and then cutting people off completely. The goal is that, and how we do it in the Asian tradition, is that we are supposed to invite as many people as we can, and they give us cash in little red envelopes as their wedding thank yous, right? So not necessarily we're asking them to give us money is what we're doing. Simple as that. But when they come, food, drink, everything is included. I mean, it's like an all-inclusive Mexican resort for the night, right? But what do you guys think about that? What if you went to a wedding and somebody's like, you've got to pay for all your alcohol and food? Would that make you upset? Would you think less of them? What do you think? If you can't afford an open bar, don't get married. Chef, that's perfect, man. Yeah, it's like nothing about marriage itself, but if you can't afford an open bar, I agree. I mean, I kind of agree. I feel like if you're not ready to throw the party, don't throw the party. It's weird. It's a weird thing. All right, let's move on to the next one here. The sweetheart table. The article says, we're not sure who is more uncomfortable at the head table, the couple whose 200 guests are watching their every move, or those said painfully guests trying not to stare at the groom, picking arugula out of his teeth. You guys know what the sweetheart table is, right? Sweetheart table is this. Me right here, everybody back there. I always think it's weird that the sweetheart table is kind of by itself and the guests are facing that sweetheart table, because as the bride and groom are eating, they're just like looking at people like, and I don't look at people that way. I guess I don't want people to watch me eat, but I've always thought it was weird to have just one table in the middle. And you know what? For the most part, the bride and groom aren't there the whole night anyway, so they're spending all their money and time on this one table, and that's funny to me. Sweetheart table is weird. What I like instead, brides and grooms that are watching, is being part of the party. Maybe you're sitting with your parents. If you have a bridal party, kind of a big group like that, or just have an open seating and sitting with them for a little bit. I get it. You want to decorate your spot and make it nice, but the sweetheart table itself, really, really kind of weird. And maybe or if you do a sweetheart table, put it close to everybody else rather than on the other side of the dance floor. Cake in the face. All right, so I am the first person at every wedding when they're doing cake. I am yelling at the bride and groom. I'm yelling at the dude. I'm like, dude, you're already married, bro. She can't unmarry you for getting cake in her face. I want that shot of cake going all up in the nose, in the face, getting everywhere. I want that shot. So, with that being said, I think it's weird. Do you think it's weird? Do you think that feeding each other cake, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, expecting the bride and groom to have a cake fight while they're like, her hair and makeup are all amazing and awesome? I will say that most of my weddings don't do that at all. Maybe, let's say less than half will do it. But that's super weird to me. Super weird. Guys that are watching, is it still choppy or is it getting a little bit better? I just changed a couple things on this, but it's not like how it used to be when I was using a different system completely. Oh yeah, dancing photos. But yeah, cake in the face, that's weird. Why can't we just eat cake? The cake thing is weird too to me. The whole cake thing. We'll talk about, that's a whole different side thing. All right, gimmicky wedding themes. The mother of the bride. I actually kind of like this. Gimmicky wedding themes right now. We see a lot of Harry Potter weddings. We see a lot of Star Wars weddings. Star Wars is a huge thing, and people love Star Wars, and I get it, you love Star Wars, but sometimes it doesn't fit. Now, I'm a huge fan of gimmicky weddings. I actually think it's really cool, and it can create some really epic shots and some good memories, but there's a couple things that have to happen for this to work. Your guests need to be part of it. Thanks, Joseph. Your guests need to be part of it. What I mean is if it's a Harry Potter themed wedding, they need to come dressed as Harry Potter characters or within the style of. And the other thing is you have to go all out. Your decor has to be all out with it. You can't just have, you can't pick a Disney theme and then the only thing that's Disney are like everybody gets a Disney hat, a Mickey Mouse hat. That's not right. Everything has to be Disney. Otherwise it doesn't make sense and it's not cool. So if you're going to do it well and the pictures will show. They say number 5, another wedding trend that needs to be stopped is asking for cash. You know what? You shouldn't really be asking for anything for your wedding. I know we have registries, and which is fine to use, but I always felt that that's a little bit different. But like asking directly for cash, yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Like, I don't think anybody really should ask you what you want for your wedding. And if they ask, you don't want to say, yeah, I need some straight up cash money. There's a couple things that you can do in lieu of that, though, to get cash, but not get cash. There's this thing called honeymoon services or honeymoon funds. And I want it literally, I think it's probably called honeymoonfund.com. And what you do is you send people to these websites. You can list out all the things that you would want for your honeymoon. So say you're going on a trip to Puerto Vallarta and you're going on a cruise and you're doing all this stuff. And you just create a list of things that you would want as part of that. What they can go on is they can actually go on and buy that stuff for you. But when you close out the fund itself after your wedding, you get the money. You don't actually have to buy it. So if they buy you a bottle of champagne or a dinner for 2, you don't have to use that as a dinner for 2. You just get the cash of that value. And you can do whatever you want with it. So they think they're paying for something, but you're really getting cash for it, which is a sly way around it. But yeah, don't ask cash. Asian tradition though, every wedding that we go to, it's usually $100 per person that goes. Throw it in an envelope, and we have a little envelope thing, and that's just how we've always done it. Traditional American weddings aren't like that. Bum-bearing bridesmaids photos. You know what? This is kind of huge right now, and we're getting a lot of photographers shooting some weird-ass shit. Brides lifting their dresses up and putting their booties out, right? Like this. Like, how is that? How is that fun? Or sexy? Yes, we want to see brides' booties and bridesmaids' booties, but it's not as sexy as we think it is when we is doing it. Another wedding couple I read got kicked out of or a venue stopped doing out of country weddings or something. Like you have to be part of that place in order to get there, because there's a lot of like these blowjob pictures that people are doing, and basically it's a bride just got married to her hubby, and they're back in a forest. She's on her knees, and he's just like hanging. I don't get that. And I believe it's a trend, and I hope it's a trend. I hope it's gone soon, but I don't get that. Maybe my sense of humor has changed. Sometimes I'll giggle at it. I admit when I see it, it's funny, but it's not a wedding to me. It's kind of like, what is this? What's the point of this? It goes in hand with photographers taking pictures of like engagement sessions of like. The groomsmen holding the groom while the bridesmaids are trying to pull the groom away from the groomsmen or something. Or the other one where the bride is dragging the groom on the ground. Those shots are just weird. Like, what is that? You want to get married, right? So why are we dragging the groom like he's being forced to be married? It's freaking weird. Freaking weird. The number 7 is Croc bedazzling. We love Crocs. I'm seeing this a lot, guys. People are buying all types of shoes, and you know what? Actually, some are really good stylish. Some Converse. I've seen some really cool Toms, but sometimes it just doesn't look good, And I get it. It's more for comfort. A woman's walking all day, heavy dress. She doesn't want to wear heels all day. For photo wise, though, when I talk to my brides before this, I always say, hey, if you can just fake bringing shoes, or even for a few photos, I think you'd be much happier than just in sandals. Huge thing. They're calling this the dollar dance. I'm calling it the money dance. Guys, the money dance is number 8 here. Have you been to a wedding? The money dance comes. You have no dollars at all. There's no bar, so there's no bartender to give you change. There's no ATM. And the bride and groom are standing up there thinking everybody hates them. That's a money dance to me. That's what happens. Although I think the money dance is a cool way to get free money from your guests, it really kind of put a dampers on things in the flow of a wedding. The flow of the wedding needs to keep people on the dance floor and keep them having a good time, and that's ultimately what you care about when you're working with your guests. But if you have to stop them and do these one-on-one dances, I don't know, man. I mean, I get why bride and grooms do it. I get why some don't. Half of my couples do it, half don't. But my honest opinion is skip it. Do a really cool dance instead. I don't know how much you'd possibly make off of that if that's your goal. But I doubt you make enough that it makes it worth it. And it puts you guys in the spot. And sometimes people don't want to be on the spot right there. It is a little cheesy. And I just feel bad when nobody joins in. Ethnic weddings, though, have little pins that they put into the dollars, and the dollars get stuck on your shirt. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the like 3 or 4 song dance, you have a dress full of dollars, which is cool. What do you guys think? Do you guys like money dances? Number 9, which I don't know much about, inviting people to the shower but not to the wedding. It's a dick move. Do people do that? Like if you're coming to my shower, you're probably coming to my wedding, right? Yeah, that's weird. Do people do that? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? I can't imagine that. Like, I'm very like, if people come to my house, I'm going to feed them, I'm going to hang out with them, I'm going to take care of them if they come. If I invite them to one thing, they're part of it. Yeah, that's weird. No, guys, if you're inviting people to the shower, invite them to the wedding. Don't be a person that just gets free stuff. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Hey, guys, thanks so much for tuning in so far. While you're here, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Click that little bell button up top. It'll let you know when I'm here and back and hanging out with you guys. I promise I'm going to try to get this troubleshooted and figured out by tomorrow or in the next couple days when I stream again. I have a lot of cool videos coming up. So, how much money did you make, Joseph, off your dollar dance? Oh, you didn't do it. But also, if you guys are here, give me a thumbs up. Please, please, please. Let's get that thumbs up. Let's get to 10. I watch guys on YouTube, and they're like, let's get to 2,000. And I'm like, I want 10. It is a Mexican thing, and that's what I was talking about, like the little pins that they do. You made $800? All right, guys, rethink that. Rethink everything. Joseph made $800 on his money dance. That's cool. That'll pay for some of the photographer. Number 10. I've never seen this before. Is this a South thing? Life-size bride replica wedding cakes? The fuck? So there's a wedding cake that's made to look like the bride? What do you eat? You eat her face? You eat her head? Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. They don't do that here. It must be a South thing. I'm editing a picture now of a dance scene, and it looks like the shirt's coming off of this girl, this lady. So I have to make sure that it's not. Otherwise, it gets deleted. And it is not, just so you guys know. It is not getting removed. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Let me know if you guys do that. If anybody's done that, why? Like life size. Like how much cake is that? Social media at the altar. Okay, so sadly, this is something that I would do in theory, but I would actually never do it in practice. The 21st century has made it so easy for everyone to know everyone's social status, and far be it from an excited bride or groom to wait until after the event to post their newly changed marital status as an impulsive poll out of the smartphone at the altar and screams it to the world or to their 4,200 friends. So I have actually seen people try to stream at weddings. Filming is totally different, but yeah, basically a new trend now is taking your iPhone and doing this with everybody in the background and trying to get a picture of everybody celebrating. That's not what it's for, guys. And like I say in all my videos about social media and all that, people are being invited to a wedding to enjoy that day right then with you. There's a ton of other people that weren't allowed to be at your wedding, let's think of it like that, because of whatever reason. So the people that are there, we need to treat them like gold. And phones down, enjoy the moment, live like it's 1860, and just have a good time. That's ultimately the goal of the day, right? Otherwise, you could have just done it in your house and streamed the whole thing, and who cares who's there? Yeah, wedding cake bride, bro. Wedding cake bride. Elephant headpiece. All right, I haven't seen this either. Dude, this must be like it says 16 things, and like half of them I haven't even seen. Head adornment was meant to add a little sparkle, something special to the bride's ensemble, but some women take this too far and use this opportunity as to be Queen Victoria for the day. It shows a picture of a girl with a huge headdress. No. I mean, no. Even if you didn't have hair, that's weird. Giving away the bride. Back in the old days, when women were effectively possessions, a father would give away his daughter in return for something of value, a goat, some cash, tracts of land, therefore transferring ownership of the woman to her husband. I've actually heard of this. Think about like the King Arthur days when the bride really had no say, and it was really to get families together in marriage and all that. Now how we do it is the father walks out and gives away the bride to his new son-in-law, which I have been the brother giving away my sister to her husband. That's weird, right? I mean, it's like you're not giving them away anymore. It's kind of like they do their own thing. At this point, they probably live together already, might have a kid or two. But I always feel these little traditions incorporate more people to do things rather than actual make sense. So if I were to ask a father, why are you giving away your daughter? He would be like, because it's part of like what we have to do. But it will have nothing theoretically to do with, he won't know why he's doing that for the wedding, if that makes sense. Garter bouquet toss. This is always a weird one, guys. People can have fun with it, though. People have fun with it. And so how we think of it is if you toss the garter bouquet, whoever catches it, they're next in line to be married. As of now, the bride really doesn't even wear the garter anymore. She just throws it on right before. The groom throws it to his homies. They get it. They wear it on their head. The bride throws her bouquet, and a lot of brides now want to keep their bouquet, so they'll get a toss bouquet. And it really, and I look at it now not as actual reason for doing it, but I look at it more like the incorporating of other people. Incorporating people of your guests to do something with you guys. All right, guys, let's say we have like 4 more minutes here. I'm going to try to rock through these. Oh, there's 2 more. Ultra revealing wedding dresses. Nix that. Fashion Beans, you suck on that. I think ultra revealing wedding dresses are awesome. In fact, I think any non-traditional dress is amazing. I've shot a bunch of weddings this last year with black dresses, red dresses, and they take the time to fill them out and look amazing and feel great. And this makes for epic wedding photos. Maybe ultra revealing. I think they had to put the word ultra in there. It's too bad where, maybe you're just seeing too much of what you shouldn't see. But honestly, if she can rock it, if the dude does a version of it where he's wearing like skivvies, if he can rock it, I say go for it. I think that's really cool. We're there to look at them anyways, right? When bridesmaids come or guests come in with an ultra revealing, I always think it's a little rude. I think it's weird. If you're going to a wedding, you're not supposed to wear white because only one person's supposed to wear white, kind of thing. And I'll hear it in the background of a bride going like, "This bitch can't wear white." And the last thing is the chicken dance, because no one wants to see women in formal gowns pretending to be chickens. I agree with this. I agree with this with the Macarena, the chicken dance. These dances, guys. I think it's cool, and every once in a while, I'll do the electric slide because I can do it backwards, and I'll get a cool picture with that. But like other than that, let's just let people dance, right? And I think at this point, DJs are probably feeling the same as me, where they're kind of like, I'll do the like, and if you don't know the chicken dance, you feel stupid because it's a stupid easy dance. I don't know, guys. So this is from fashionbeans.com. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. So these are, 16 trends that need to be gone. People are already changing them in my world, which I know, which is awesome. But other than that, it's just kind of a cool article. I've been finding these really cool things, and I'm reading them, and I'm looking at them, and I just want to make sure that I'm still in the know about everything that's going on, and I'm not crazy when something happens. Will this stop at weddings? Nope. It's going to happen. It's going to keep happening because of tradition. First looks are happening more. There's a lot of things that are going on that we're never going to change, and we just have to roll with it. But most importantly, we have to know what to expect from it so that we can shoot it correctly. You can second shoot for me anytime, buddy. I highly recommend second shooting for somebody or joining in with somebody. You know, I always shoot a wedding alone. My clients have an option to add a second shooter. But yeah, if you ever want to hang, let me know. I'm here in the No Town. Awesome, guys. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, again, if you guys are watching this at any point of today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on there, and then click the notification, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do as many of these as I can. We're going to build up our followership. We're almost to 1K. I apologize for the beginning with the stream. No idea what happened. It seems to be going great now. I have to work on the audio in the next day or so we'll figure that out. But other than that, you guys have a great day. I'm going to go pick up my kids from school and then do more work stuff when I get back. I will talk to you guys later. Adios!